Squirrels don't hibernate during the winter like bears do. So, have you ever wondered where they get their food during the winter? Well, the story that we usually hear is that they gather food during the warmer months and store the food so they have extra during the winter. But there's another part of the story that you might not know about. In urban areas, some squirrels are getting a significant helping hand from humans. And the help is coming from us in a form you might find surprising. It's coming from our garbage. A group of curious researchers at Duke University in North Carolina wanted to find out just how much urban squirrels were actually using human garbage. So they set up observation stations at a university campus where they monitored gray squirrels' activity around trash bins. The researchers watched the trash bins for 4 months. They recorded when squirrels climbed onto the bins, when they went inside the bins, and most importantly, what they pulled out from the bins and what they ate. And then they found something very interesting. Winter was when the squirrels went after the garbage the most. Squirrels retrieved and ate a total of 101 food items during the study, and almost 60% of the food items were collected and eaten in February, while in July, only 5% of the food items were eaten. So that's a pretty dramatic difference. The researchers suggest that natural food availability is lowest at this point in winter, making human garbage an especially attractive source of calories. And what the squirrels were actually eating is also surprising. They were eating things like french fries, bread, pizza, pasta, bacon, rice, and chips. So imagine being a squirrel in February and you're really hungry, and the forest isn't exactly overflowing with fresh food in the winter. But then you discover leftover fries and pizza, and suddenly the winter doesn't look quite so bad. We know that garbage isn't exactly a good thing for squirrels to be eating, but it does contain much needed calories for the squirrels. The researchers point out that the long term health effects of eating human food waste aren't well understood, and squirrels can also encounter things like plastic and packaging. But the study does reveal something fascinating about urban wildlife. When winter makes natural food harder to find, squirrels can take advantage of what we leave behind. So if you ever see a squirrel digging through a garbage bin in the middle of winter, it might be doing exactly what it needs to survive. And that might be the real truth about how some squirrels survive the winter. Thank you so much for watching.